Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another series on the channel, Christmas Tina, because it's soon going to be Christmas, so this is going to be new side series on the channel that I'm going to record from time to time without any schedule really. So if you are new, welcome. If you don't know me, I'm playing visual novels, making some theories and stuff. And this is one of the short stories that is outside of the main game's content that I'm currently playing, which is Fata Morgana, Rewrite, and White Album too. So yeah, this is like a supplement for the channel, and it fits the time of year that we are in, right, I guess. So yeah. I think like we're just going in, I know nothing about this, just won the vote pool basically, like 100% of people voted on Christmas Tina for me to play. Probably just because like we are actually near the Christmas, so yeah, but I don't know, we'll see. How good is it? Let's see what we are going to dive in, let's go. Christmas Tina. Also these episodes are going to be probably short and I will just like upload them from time to time. Let's go. That journey.
見て、お母さん、雪降ってきたよ。
Okay. We have music with lyrics.
ええ、とても綺麗ね。
The dog paw is cute. Oh,
積もるかな。
I like this art style. This is actually pretty gorgeous. With moving backgrounds. These are English lyrics. Okay.
振り返れば、あっという間の月日だった。
Oh, that's not working. Story draft scenario. Kataoka Tomo.
時間に追われ、日々の暮らしに追われ、常に何か流され続けたように思う。
This sounds like a prologue to the game. I mean, it is a prologue, but I mean, it sounds like it's showing us aftermath of the main game, you know what I mean? Like, this is the future of the main character. That's how it feels to me.
でも、たまにはいいこともある。
Workbow.
美しい夕焼けの中、こうやって降る雪を眺めるのも初めてではない。
Is it her daughter or something?
忘れられぬ一瞬が生涯に残ることもある。
Music. Bermain Sawa.
もうパパ、ケーキまだかな。
I was about to ask if like maybe partner of our main character died during the game, that's why we are not seeing him here, but apparently it's not the case. Sorry. That was like my initial fury. I like theorizing. Sorry.
混んでるのよ、クリスマスだし。
Okay.
猫いるよ、猫。え、猫？ほらそこ、黒猫。
My cat is black as well. Main theme Annabelle.
これは私の物語である。
Yeah, okay, so this is like aftermath basically.
ただし、もし私一人で気づいた物語であるなら、今とは大きく違ったものになっただろう。
Okay, interesting.
特技にシューマイ作りや変なブレイクダンスを踊れることも。
What weird breakdance? What's shumai? I guess like it's some kind of a dish. Can you let me know in the comments what that means? Oh, okay.
原宿なんだ。
The art style is gorgeous, love it. Wait, that wasn't Japanese.
そっか、マイケルじゃなくてジンって言うんだ。ジン。
Ching.
はいはい、カンナちゃんのいいとこ見たいな。
Okay.
你会说中文吗？
Oh!
お姉ちゃん、お会計の人、早く。
Oh, I did not expect
今お
that.
待ちしてます。
Wait, we have Chinese character here?
何よ、あなたこそ分かってるの？
你什么都不用管，照说的做就行了。
I have a lot of questions. And I'm going to cry on this. God damn it.
说的
Another visual novel, I'm going to cry. Seems like some harsh father.
少し練習してみたの。
Just it's like, I studied hard as you wanted.
うまく言えないかもだけど。
Did she learn Chinese for him? I'm going to cry on this, aren't I? Okay, I did not expect to hear Chinese in the visual novel. I literally did not expect that. Okay. Oh, this is like chapter based. Okay. So maybe I will do something I did with Narcissu then, when I did one chapter per episode. I don't know how long they are, but we'll see. Interesting. So I guess like we are going to just see how it goes. It seems like very interesting setup basically. So question mark. Sometimes I had the chance to watch the snowfall amidst the beautiful evening's glow as well. Those were the things I would never forget. Yeah, that were her words. So she had a child ultimately later on. So everything turned well. And here, if I... 1987? Okay. If I hadn't been so ignorant, he wouldn't have died. I had to escape from it, so I went to Japan. Is our main protagonist the Chinese guy? Then? Okay. Let's just load the chapter, I guess. Let's see. I'm very interested in this. Also... Okay, I will just let it play. Okay. Also, I'm very curious if my ears are going to die or not. I never watched, really, any like Chinese anime, I guess, or animation. Because like, the language just sounds weird to me and I can't really handle a lot of the sound, basically, of it, how it sounds, how it's pronounced. But who knows, maybe I will change today or like in the following days, because this is very interesting that we got the guy that's like actually from China here. It was the last day of August. It was my first year of high school. And the summer holiday was drawing to a close. Are we going to switch perspectives? The classmates were all gloomy at the prospect of a new term and rushed to finish all their homework. Meanwhile, I was in the hospital. Okay. I'd already been in the hospital for a month before I realized it. Oh, what happened?
今日から車椅子ではなく松葉杖らしい。
Oh, being in the wheelchair. I love the art style of this and how they present the backgrounds. This is awesome. I love it. This is actually quite unique. It seems to have nothing to do with me. Another summer holiday was ending, and I had no part of it. I was going to spend the rest of the summer holiday in the hospital as well. And it was a far cry from the joy in dark towns. The other years had offered me.
楽しかった夏の思い出は少ない。
I just finished Narcissu. Don't attack me with Lost Summers and Hospital. I swear. To find one, I had to go back 4 whole years. To when I'd been in the grade school. After that, my days were full of part-time work. The Summer vacations in particular offered me the chance to work from the dusk till dawn. I wasn't alone in this. My mother took on temporary jobs as well. My father worked overtime and even on his days off.
別に我が家は貧乏ではないと思う。
We weren't poor, we were just living a simple life. We were trying to save money after all. All of us together. Okay. I started to focus on part-time work during middle school as well. I never went out to have fun after school. Oh, that's not good. I mean, you're kind of losing childhood here. I didn't take part in any clubs either. I barely had time. Never gave chocolates to anyone on Valentine's Day.
だけど、それでもよかった。
I never managed to understand why things had to turn out the way they did. Sakurai Kanna, Japan, 1987. Okay.
ただいま。
So I guess this is one of our protagonists. So I guess we have two protagonists here. One is Kanna, and the other is Jing from the beginning, like the title, like things screen going on. For a sister, yep.
おかえりなさい。エミ、お母さんはまだ帰ってきてない。そう。じゃあすぐに晩ご飯の用意する。うん。お腹ペコペコ。私も手伝うよ。
Such a good sister. My little sister gleamed at me. Her name is Emmy. We're 8 whole years apart. She was just 7 back then. She was upbeat, direct, innocent, and very caring. She still didn't know it was Dad in the Santa Claus costume. Ah, yeah, the innocent times. When we gathered seashells at low tide, she cried for the mollusks. Wait, what? Mollusks. I never heard about this word actually before. Cried for mollusks. Let me get here, I need to check what that means. I didn't know that mollusks are basically snails. Okay. Of course, she wasn't always a good girl. When we went to the shrine to get her blessed not long ago, she threw a tantrum because she didn't want to wear my handed-down kimono. On the New Year Eve, my father allowed her to sip of alcohol, and she started singing loudly. Oh my god. Yes, she was a normal 7-year-old girl, innocent and straightforward. And she also had a heart condition, as others might. I just finished Narciso, please do not... At 7 years old.
あれ、お姉ちゃんご飯食べないの？うん。今日これからバイトあるから。
So, how does it prevent you from eating?
そっか。お姉ちゃんバイト大変だね。うん。これくらい平気よ。
I was doing it for her. Oh no. But I couldn't tell her that. I just couldn't. I didn't want to either. She was too young to know. Surgery could treat her condition, but the bills were going to be enormous. We'd already been working for 3 years. Okay, so the beginning of the story where they said like they were just saving money, I thought like they just been saving money just, you know, because it's a good thing, but you are hitting me really with the money for the like hospital bills and stuff. Is her sister going to die? That's my biggest question here. I don't remember now how the girl from the prologue that we saw looked. And I don't think I heard her saying Onechan, so I'd assume it's a daughter of our main character, but maybe that's actually been sister. If that's a sister, then good, because we know that she's going to survive, but if not, then I'm full of worries. Don't make me cry in the first episode. I'm weak for emotional stuff. Who follow my channel and the previous one that we had, because this is the second channel, if you don't know. Yeah, I don't think this is a visual novel where I did not find place to cry. We don't have to save up money for that much longer.
誰か来たみたい。
カンナちゃん、
Hello.
買いに来たよ。
はい、すぐ行きます。
Okay, so this is, I guess, our boss? Or dad? No, it's dad. Yeah, I'm sorry. God damn it. He was a young man living in the neighborhood. Okay, never mind. This is just our, like, neighbor. Okay. I guess he was about 5 years my senior. His name was Sato. He'd come to pick me up for work. Okay.
最近あのお兄さんよく来る。うん。新しいバイト紹介してもらってるから。
Okay. Nice.
本当。
That's good.
デートだったりして。
Of course. Of course. I love that smile that she has here. What a precious.
そんなのじゃないわ。
And the troubled look. Nice.
頑張ってね。
So this is... I lost a little bit of context, I guess. Like, this is before she went to hospital, right? Because she said like 4 years ago she had an accident, right? Or something. Like, something happened, basically. But she's been in the wheelchair. So something in this work happened, maybe? Doesn't seem like she's, like, having any condition, basically, right now, so... I waved at my sister joke and walked towards the entrance. Oh no, is this going to be actually a car accident? Like, first day? Oh no. Okay. A little fury. They're going to have accident, they're going to crash, she's going to be in Sakura? I forgot her name, sorry, I will remember at some point. Our main character will be in critical condition and the saved money will go to save her. And her sister will die later on. That's my fury. You can't do this to me. Not losing a sibling. You can't do this to me. I had gotten into the car. Sato was driving, I was in the passenger seat. There was a man I didn't know in the back. Okay. Also, maybe co-worker? Were we headed towards the station? I mean, I guess, like... You go to the station, then to work. But maybe you were supposed to go to work instantly? I've been told we didn't have to go that far. We were living in the countryside. Everything important was next to the station. Okay. Sato had told me the wage was good, but I didn't actually know what I would have to do yet. Is she being kidnapped? That starts dark as fuck. Oh wow. Maybe I was going to work at one of those new karaoke places. They were really taking off. You could sing in the private room and all. Apparently the wages were very good. I was still wearing my tracksuit. Perhaps I should have worn something else.
かなちゃん夕食まだだよね。
はい。
じゃあ何か食べる？お腹減ってるでしょ。
Okay.
いえ、大丈夫です。
I'm scared. I don't have much money with me. Besides, work was only supposed to last until 10 p.m. I'd be able to go 3 hours without food. And in any case, less time spent at work means less money.
かんなちゃん、遠慮しなくていいよ。パパ、お金持ちだから。
Okay. You mean the father? He glanced over at the back seat. Oh, is that our boss? Is that supposed to be our boss? Whatever he called him. I mean, he said Papa, so is this his father? The man wasn't his father. Okay, never mind. Perhaps he was going to be my boss at work. Yeah, that's what I would assume. But it's still kinda weird. He looked older than my own father. His watch glimmered on his wrist.
じゃあ後で揉めるのも嫌だから先に説明しておこうか。
Okay.
はい。何でしょうか。
バイトは週に1回3時間、月に7万円。これで問題ない？
Okay, that sounds like actually normal, like, job preset, I guess. Did I overthink stuff? Did I overcooked? It's still unsettling me.
そんなに？
That was way more than I've been hoping for. I tried converting it to an hourly wage, but the numbers were all wrong, and I couldn't do it immediately.
正確には10万なんだけどね。紹介料と足代として俺も毎月3万もらう形になってるから。
Okay, so you are in this as well. Okay, so you are not... Okay, so we're like a headhunter, basically, for this job. You're searching for people and you get some cut of it. Okay. He reached into his pocket and handed me 7 bills. Okay. My hands were trembling. I'd never held so many 10,000 yen bills before.
それと食事代やホテル代もパパ持ちだから。
No! You cannot do this in the first episode. And for the hotel. You cannot be serious. Are you... I cannot.
そうそう。欲しいものがあれば直接パパにおねだりして。俺はアッシー係だし。
Oh my god. Okay. That took me off guard. What the... To the left, amicably. I looked over my shoulder at the back seat, and the man there smiled as well. It was then that I finally understood. This was... compensated dating. Yeah, lightly saying. Later on, we would start calling it that. At the time, it was just a line of work whispered of being very profitable. A very structured kind of relationship.
お兄さん。
I decided to, albeit timidly, ask. Maybe I was misunderstanding something. Maybe they were mistaking me for someone else.
どうしたの？そんな怖い顔して。
これってその
Yeah.
売春ですよね。
Yeah. I think like they're going to force her for this. Is that the accident that they like they never I said actually it was an accident, right? I assumed they were like in some kind of accident, but Maybe her like paralysis and stuff has been because of other thing. Oh god.
そう。ぶっちゃけるとそうだね。
He was so relaxed about it. The misunderstanding I'd been so desperately hoping for did not materialize.
もしかしてカンナちゃん分かってなかった？
Nope. Okay, so he's not evil, let's say. He didn't know this. But wasn't he the one that like found this job for us? Like for her? I'm confused.
だって週1で月5万以上なんて他にないでしょ？
I didn't know what to say. Objectively speaking, that was very true. I knew some guys from my class that were gushing over this kind of thing as well. Oh, Jesus. It hadn't seemed like that had anything to do with me. Or like an altogether different world.
やっぱり私やめます。
Yeah.
今さら？それはないんじゃないかな。
ごめんなさい。勘違いしてました。
いや、でもさ、時給いいバイト紹介してってカンナちゃんが言ってきたんでしょ？
Yeah, but you know, maybe next time tell us the description of the job and not just pay. I'm changing my mind. You are evil.
こういうのだって。
You actually knew what you are doing.
大丈夫だって。俺だってカンナちゃんに変な人紹介しないって。このパパはこう見えて。
Sato kept on talking and talking. He offered to raise the compensation. He suggested that it would be a one-time thing and we could talk about it again later. The man in the bank didn't seem angry or upset, worried about me, if anything. But he also made no attempts to stop the car.
すみません。
Yeah.
降りますから。い
っておいおい危ないよ。そ
え、もう結構です。
Oh. Okay, it's actually going to be an accident. I mean, she's probably going to jump out of the car and that's when like she gets to the hospital. Oh, what the fuck?
危ないって。
Oh, okay, never mind. That was actually car accident. Wow, so many things happen at the same time. July 13, Showa 62.
気づけば病院のベッドで寝ていた。
Apparently, Sato had lost control and jumped the power pole. I was told later he hadn't been going that fast, but my right leg was still seriously injured. It needed 27 stitches, the fracture was complicated. They brought me to the hospital at the beginning of the summer holidays, and I was finally being released.
ちょうどひと夏をここで過ごした。
Okay. I whispered. So we're back to nowadays, I guess. We're back to when we heard about her getting clutches instead of the wheelchair. Okay. I whispered and started walking with those awkward crutches. I'd spent so long in the wheelchair that my legs felt weak. It all went well, the doctor said. I'd only took crutches for the half a year or so. Everyday life wasn't going to be a problem for me.
でも一生走れないかもしれないと言われた。
Probably, maybe, we cannot say because it just healed. We have to wait until it healed fully. It was hard to imagine for me. Not that I would even be running outside the PE classes. Jing Xiaorian, China, 1987. So, meanwhile, our other protagonist, I guess, have his own backstory. Let's see. That was all I could say when I learned about the university entrance exam results. Okay, so he was saying something about exams. I heard something in the background when he had his name, but I couldn't understand this. I don't know Chinese. Like, when we have like visual novel, like I know from like hearing kinda some Japanese, you know, and I sometimes see like incorrect like translation or something I would translate differently and stuff, or can like get the context of the sentence based on the what I'm hearing instead of what I'm saying on the screen, because sometimes it's diversified. But with this, I cannot tell. Like, Chinese is total like alien language to me. It's like totally different concept I have no idea about. So this is going to be a new experience for me. I failed. Okay. But he couldn't get to the university. I wasn't surprised. I've been expecting it on some level. I've been top of my class when I was younger. But that was just how things had shaken out at the time. I've been convinced I would enter a good university and become a respectable adult.
从前，这真是我的梦想。
Okay. And I will not be able to tell when that sentence is finished as well. It seems like it. But I'd stop believing it, even before I failed in pursuit. I don't know when it happened. I didn't realize it at the time. And now, 2 years later, my life was different. I wasn't reading reference books anymore. I didn't take mock exams.
哎，景轩然，你磨磨唧唧干什么呢？
对不起，来了。
赶紧给我收拾去，顾客还等着呢。
This is so weird to me. Oh my god. This is such a new feeling. I never thought I would play something like this.
是。
I rushed around in the tiny kitchen. We're approaching noon, the busiest time of the day.
还有你，也别闲着。
This time, Leo was giving someone else an earful. He was my senior at work. I didn't get along with him.
最近这些年轻人啊，一个都这么不顶用。
I'm trying to get a timeline here and the ages of the characters. I assume like this guy is like he failed to get to the university, and you get to like university / high school and stuff like this. I mean, actually university at about like when you are like 18. So I guess he failed exam when he was 18, 2 years past. And this is 1892 right now. So he's like 20. And the girl from the beginning, that was 82 as well. But that was 4 years before the accident. So at the time when this is happening, it's at the year when she had an accident, I think. And the 4 year passed. She was in the high school, I think, so I would assume at this time she's like about 17 maybe. I'm trying to figure out the timeline and the like ages of the characters. I'm kinda fixated on timelines. But I may like remember wrongly the dates, basically. It's like high possibility. I would have to like recheck the video and stuff to make actually some like, you know, concrete thing. But you can remind me what year that was in the backstory of the girl. I think it was the same. It was 82, 1982. and since this is like 2 years after he failed, and he's like about 20 because university age, 18, 2 years later, stuff like this. Or was it 82 when he failed, and now we have 84 actually? Wait, now we have 84. So this is 2 years also after the accident. Okay, I was just read, sorry. Maybe you should give a better directions, I thought. Nobody said it, but everyone agreed. Lunchtime was predictable. All he had to do was calculate what we would need and have us prepare for it with enough people and enough supplies.
你倒是好好想想。
李小冉，你嘀咕什么呢？
没有，没什么。
I denied my endeavorment whisper. Frankly, I couldn't take my job seriously. So, why was I doing it? I was interested in business administration, of restaurants specifically. When I failed the university entrance exams, the government sent me to this restaurant instead. They can do this? Oh my god, China is crazy as hell. They can just send you to, like, work? Like, just like that? There weren't many ways to refuse. It was ironic, really. It was so close and yet so far. The government could really have tried to find a better place for me. I don't actually like pushing pots around, and I didn't want to be a cook.
这种工作，辞了算了。
That said, I didn't have the will to quit. I had to do something to live. Before I knew it, a year had passed. So it's 3 years now after he failed. I got better at cooking as well, even though I never came to like it. I guess I will figure out the timeline when they meet, like, finally. Mine had probably burned hottest until I was 8. By the time I was 18, there were only embers. And now only ashes. Okay, yeah, so he was 18. Back then, so I was correct. So now, year again, so he's 21. And should be year 85. Because 82 is when he fades, so 3, 4, 5, yeah. Why had it come to this? When had it started? The university entrance exams had probably been the biggest crossroads. If I had worked harder, my life might have turned out differently. And yet, I didn't have much regret. After all, everything had happened before I knew it. Okay?
それでは桜井さん、お気をつけて。
Who's that? Showa 62. Okay. Are we going to have like different calendars?
お世話になりました。
Because like Showa and stuff, this is like Japanese like periods of time with like who's been in the government basically, who's been an emperor. I don't know what year it means though. So if any of you knows what the year Showa 62 has been, I would highly appreciate if you can tell me in the comments. So it seems like we would have like Emperor times basically as a year from her perspective, but like normal like calendar like 1982 and stuff like from Jing perspective. I hope his name is Jing. I think so. Anyway, let's read. It was the morning of my release. My mother was speaking to a nurse she'd come to recognize. It was August 31st. Apparently the hospital had been trying to prepare me for a release before the beginning of a new term.
花ちゃんも無理しないようにね。松葉杖慣れるまで大変だから。
Okay. Oh, she just said okay too. The morning summer sky was beautiful and blue. I walked with my mother in the already stifling heat. It was around 20 minutes on foot to our apartment.
カンナ足痛くない？
Also, I'm so glad that her sister did not die. That was like my main concerns in the beginning. Oh my god. Also, yeah, what about her sister? Like, they were supposed to get money for her, like, operation, right? We just had a 4-year time skip without hearing a word of her.
大丈夫。
I'm going to be worried until I see her.
急がなくていいから無理しないようにね。
My mother spoke to me reassuringly on the way. I had difficulty walking with the crutches. I won't have to use them for under half a year. On the other hand, I will be able to walk again half a year later. As for running and fast sports, that was going to be difficult. You don't know, to be honest. There wasn't anything in particular that I wanted to do. More important to me was the other difficulty of finding a job. Oh yeah, so her mind is still with her sister basically. A question formed in my mind. People seems to be watching me with curious eyes. I didn't know them. They were just random people on the street to me. I could see old ladies talking quietly to each other. Rumors did not seem positive. Weird? I mean, it's a person with crutches, so I guess like some people would look at her kinda like... You are not normally see people with crutches walking outside. But this is like... way too much. Like staring and discussing something? What's happening? Why this guy looks so disgusted? What is happening? At first I thought the sight of crutches might be unusual, or that they were mistaking me for someone else, yeah?
ねえ、お母さん。あれって。
気にしないで。
でも、なんか私の
What is happening?
してるような。
それより早く家に帰りましょう。
My mother started walking a little faster. I struggled to keep up with my awkward crutches. For the first time in weeks, I spent the night at home. The summer holidays had lasted for almost 2 months, and I'd spent all of them in the hospital.
お姉ちゃん、おかえり。
Okay, she's fine. I'm so glad. Okay, this is good.
ママにも心配かけてごめんね。
Emmy gave me an anxious look. Ellie patted her head. She must have been lonely when I was in the hospital. My parents had found time after work to visit me there a lot. So my sister might have spent a lot of time alone at home.
またお姉ちゃんと一緒だね。ええ。当分は晩ご飯も一緒よ。やった！お風呂も一緒に入ろうね。
Emmy grinned at me and hopped around a little with excitement. I mean, yeah, like that's been a long time. Also, did I like mistook the dates? 1 second again. What was it? Almost 2 months. First time in weeks, I spent night at home. Wait, I made a mistake. I thought like her accident was 4 years ago, but it doesn't make sense if like only her leg in the bad condition. So she spent like 2 months in the hospital? Wait, I made a mistake in dates. Right? In weeks. I made a mistake in dates. Never mind then. I was wrong. So she's probably still about like 17 or something because it's the same year. My bad. Okay. I like the idea of spending more time with her after school. But that couldn't last. Even if it meant having to leave her alone, we had to save more money.
じゃあどうするというの？
Oh my god, what is happening? I have a thought what is happening. I guess like the neighbor that's been driving and the guy in the backseat, they both survived and they like made up some like horrible story about her. Probably, you know? And they like blamed maybe this accident on her and probably told everyone like she's been like doing prostitution basically. That's what like probably they lied to like people around, I would assume. Maybe they made some kind of story like, hey, she lured us in and then made a tantrum because she wanted money and we crashed because of her. Maybe that's the story that came up with. This is so fucked up. Let's see. I could barely make out my mother's fairly loud voice. She'd been arguing with my father in the living room.
お母さんたち喧嘩してるの？違うわよ。二人とも仲いいんだから。
Okay. I denied it immediately. They did get along well, but they were still fighting over something. I didn't know either, and it scared me. But I had to be a good older sister and reassure her. At last, the sliding door opened and my mother entered.
ちょっとお父さんと遊んでてくれる？
Okay.
お父さん。
Emmy ran off towards the living room. I had practically no idea what this could be about. I actually wanted to tell me something. Something that she didn't want my sister Emmy to know, yeah.
お母さん、もしかしてエミの病気悪くなってるの？
いいえ、むしろ最近は元気すぎるくらいよ。
Okay.
そっか、よかった。
According to the doctors, my sister had to go into surgery before middle school if it was going to work. Okay. The earlier the better. This was the reason we're all saving up money. She was 7 now. We still had 5 years. Okay. That's quite a lot of time. We only had 5 years. She died, didn't she? We only had 5 years.
今日はエミのことじゃなくて、
Okay.
あなたのことなのよ。
Let's hear it. It's some kind of like bullshit rumor that these guys made up.
私？
この前の事故のことよ。
Uh-huh.
うん。
I looked at my leg. I'd already stopped thinking about it. My ignorance had led to some awkward moments. But regretting it wasn't going to get me anywhere. The crashes were unavoidable. Even if I wouldn't be able to run anymore, everyday life was unaffected. But that wasn't what my mother wanted to talk about at all.
あの時、車を運転してた佐藤さん。
Oh shit! Okay. So the neighbor died. So did the guy on the back blamed us for this? That's why they like whispering? Okay, so it still can be some kind of like bullshit framing stuff, but okay, so he's dead. Yep. And she kinda can blame herself, I guess, about this, if you think about that. Because they did crash because of her. You know? We know like the circumstances were like horrible basically. But she still like, you know, interrupted the driver. And this accident was basically her fault. Oh my god, this is horrible. Huh?
もう一人後ろに乗ってた人も亡くなったらしいわ。
Never mind, there is no some kind of bullshit backstory for her. It's just that she's the only survivor. So people were whispering, wondering why she's alive. Like, why would they be? I don't get this. Was this guy like important or something? Are they like blaming her for their deaths? That's why they're whispering so much? And Mother is so bothered? What is happening? I mean, it is a heavy thing for our main character here. Sorry, I'm still not remembering her name. Because of her, two people died basically. But what's the rumor that's going around? Dead. Everyone else who had been in the car was dead.
嘘。本当に？
本当よ。お父さんとお母さん、
Okay.
佐藤さんの葬儀にも行ったわ。
My mother's quiet voice seems to be drift towards me from far away. It seems very unreal. Only a month and a bit had passed. I still remember some of it. Okay, so it is like 2 months. Okay. My bad in timeline. I just saw dates and I got fixated. Yep. Wow, the drawings are amazing in this novel. I've been trying to open the door of the hallway and was almost thrown from the car. My injuries would have been a lot worse if I had hit the pavement. I might have died. Sato had pulled me back into the car. And with me back inside the car, I couldn't remember. I told the police everything I remembered, of course. They hadn't given me any trouble. I'd always assumed that only I was injured in the crash. Yeah,
言っておくけど、
me too.
別にあなたのせいじゃないわ。警察の人もそう言ってたわ。
Okay. It kinda is. That's the thing. The problem is like the situation was horrible. And no wonder she did what she did. But it doesn't reduce the fact that it actually been an accident caused by her.
でも、
By her actions.
その時、
あなたが気に病むことはないの。あれは事故よ。
Yeah. Just like try and reassure her, like to reduce the stress of everything. This is horrible. This is so early for having such an accident. This is going to wait on her for so long. Like 2 people are dead. I don't know what to say. At least I didn't know what to say in that situation. It was truly accurate to describe it was an accident.
本当はあなたに教えたくなかったけど、ごめんね。
She probably would find out sooner or later.
だけど、いつまでも隠し通せることじゃないからね。
分かってる。
People were going to talk about it in our little town. I understand why people had been staring at me on the way home from the hospital.
カンナ、自分を責めるなとも、すぐに忘れろとも言う。
Okay. So it really is just because it's a small community and people are like knowing each other, I guess. That's why they talk about this, like why did she survive and stuff. So this is not about like something like bad per se, like about oh, her name is Kamla. Thank you. Thank you, game. So everyone knows about each other, and it's not about like Kanna having some kind of like bad reputation, but now she kind of have bad reputation, or maybe she's like maybe curiosity in the town basically right now, because she's the only one who survived the car crash, and everyone wonders like why, if she's been the reason for crash and stuff like this. So there's a lot of rumors probably. But nothing specific. Okay.
あれは少し運が悪かっただけ。ええ、そう思うようにしなさい。
Yeah. Monologue. There's some title screen. That night, I was looking at the night sky from my window. Did we change again? I wasn't brooding or anything, just watching the night sky. There were so many things to think about that I was thinking about none of them. I've never been all that close to Sato. Okay, we didn't switch to the guy, we're still in the same. It's just night and we are monologuing, that's why we had the monologue. Okay, interesting. I never actually saw a visual novel to be kind of self-conscious like that, I guess, and just tell us in the face that this is going to be the monologue. This is very interesting. He lived nearby and I met him now and then growing up. He would brought me and my sister ice cream sometimes.
多分私は悪くない。
Tabun, huh? Probably. Yeah, I thought. I decided to believe that. I mean, good, because you don't want to have this like waiting on you your whole life. Like, on the one hand, you should just accept that she's the cause, but on the other hand, she's young and no wonder she wants to forget this and think otherwise as well. Not take responsibility and everything, because it's going to weigh so much on her anyways. Although we would never been close, I was still shocked two people had died. Yeah, pretty much. Is she designing clothes? Is it her?
きっと私には隠していたのだろう。
Nobody in the hospital had told me about what happened. Probably there wasn't a single person in our little town who didn't know about it. To me at the time it did not feel real. I felt like I was watching a scene in a movie or television show. Words did not suffice for this facet of human experience. A month passed. Okay, month time skip again. It was the beginning of October. I was feeling blue at the prospect of approaching midterms. A Sunday. There was no school, so I was heading towards the area in front of the station. So, if 82 was the same year, sorry, timeline again, she was, let's say, 17, then 3 years later. So there's like one age, so she's going to be 20 in 3 years, and the guy from the China is going to be 21. Because he's been 80 when he tried to get to university in 82 and she got accident in 82. So 3 years here and 3 years here. Yeah, okay. I think I got the timeline now. Ow. There was no school. I was heading towards the area in front of the station. I had to walk slowly because of the crutches.
あなた、桜井環奈さんね。
Okay, yeah. Weird. Someone called out to me.
はい。
It was a middle-aged woman I didn't know. Oh no, is this like some kind of like vengeance from like wife or something? You can't be oh my god, I swear to god, if she's like going to swipe our like crutches or something. Oh my god. I'm so going to hate this, aren't I? She was glaring at me, she's going to blame her. I've been hoping it was the case of mistaken identity, but it wasn't. If she knew my name and harbored such resentment, there had to be a reason.
私、佐藤と申します。佐藤はじめ。
Ah, it's a mother. God damn it. This is...
佐藤さん。
I know her son. I'd never met her before, but but here she was. What did she want of me? Well, I suppose I knew. Her glare was all I needed to know.
亡くなったことはご存知ですか？
はい。お母さんから聞きました。
そう。まあ、こんな狭い町じゃ隠しておけないものね。あなた、運が良かったわね。
運が？
だって普通は助手席が死ぬもんでしょ。
None of the person who dies. These are actually facts, to be honest. If you didn't know, statistically, person in passenger seat have higher chances to die, as well as the person in the back seat, opposite of the driver. If you're sitting behind the driver, you also have higher chance of surviving, and this is because of the human reflexes basically in the crisis and situations, you know, because if you are driving and something horrible is like going to happen in a split second, you need to make a decision, and basically you will forget about everything outside of like danger that is like next to you, that you will try and drive the car in a way that you will survive, and that will like in most cases is like more danger for the people outside, like on the other side of your line where you are sitting, basically. These are like actual like things.
運転席や後ろの人が死んだのに、あなた死んでないじゃない。
Yep. Don't ignore the gazes at the passerby, and her accusations became steadily worse. Yeah, her son died. No wonder that she's going to blame her and stuff. Can't blame her. For doing this, and do her sitting around. I don't know what to say anyway. Oh, this is awesome.
すみません。
Oh, this split. This is so. Oh wow. I love this so far.
はあ？すみませんってどういう意味？あなた謝るようなことしてたの？
Oh god, she's going to. Oh no, don't tell anything.
いえ、そんなつもりじゃ。
だったらうちの子はどうして死んだのよ。
その。
むしろあんたが死んで詫びなさいよ。
Jesus! Oh god. I mean, this is mother that's like grieving for her son. No wonder like she's saying these things, but this is still horrible as hell. Holy crap. Her abuse continued for some time. Nothing I said made any difference. Yeah. All I did was face her rage.
多分私は悪くない。
Maybe I'm in wrong, huh? I repeated what I'd said before. I didn't think what Sato had done was deserving of death. If I hadn't been so ignorant, he wouldn't have died.
少し運が悪かっただけ。
My mother had told me to think that way. Sato's mother had told me to do something else. I don't know which was true. Maybe it wasn't appropriate to brush something so important off as a matter of good or bad luck. Either way, it was a problem that I couldn't work part-time. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's a small city, everyone knows what happens. Yeah, you were involved in the car crash where people died. Who knows, maybe people will like start treating you like some kind of like bad luck charm, basically, you know? And you will not find any work because no one will want to deal with you. This is so bad. I was worried about Amy.
ねえ、お姉ちゃん。ああ、エミか。
Amy barged into the room just as I was thinking about her. I've been too distracted by my worries to not notice.
今日はどうするの？確か算数の勉強だよね。そうだったね。
Most days I was teaching my sister Emmy. We had a different subject every day. My sister wasn't going to school. Normally, she would have been in 2nd grade. The doctors had told us that, given her condition, she didn't have to go. Instead, we were teaching her at home, preparing her for a time where it would be possible to send her to school.
そういえばあのお兄さん。
Even you? Even she's reminding her this. Is she going to be like, when he's coming back? Is she this? Oh my god, yeah, she's just a child, she doesn't know. Oh god. She's going to hit us with when he's going back again. Oh.
この頃来なくなったね。
Oh, they really did hit us with this.
そうね。
I gave a vague answer. Emmy wasn't being malicious. She was too young for that.
もしかしたら
Yeah.
東京に行ってるのかも。
Sure, he went to Tokyo.
東京？なんかテレビで言ってたよ。東京がすごいって。
This is adorable, how she's saying Tokyo, Tokyo. This is adorable. I'd heard that too. Several classmates had bragged about it going there.
きっとお兄さんも東京に行ってるんだよ。そうかもしれないわね。
This is horrible. Oh wow. Tokyo was incredible. A lot of rumors were floating into our little countryside town. The bubble economy. That's what it would later be called. There wasn't a name for it at the time. I guess so. There was just a feeling that economic conditions were excellent and a lot of money could be made quickly. For me, who had hit the dead end, it was enough for a reason. So she went.
本当に退学をされるのですね。
Wait, she's quitting school? And going to Tokyo? After a long fall season, we had reached the calendar's final page. My preparations were done. I was ready to move.
はい。申し訳ありません。
それでこれからどうするのですか？
一応予定はあります。
I wasn't going to find work in our town. Convincing my parents had been easy. But we needed more money for Amy. And it was going to take too long if I waited until graduation. We had to get her into the surgery as quickly as possible so she could go to school. That was only part of it though. I think I also wanted to get away from our town. Yep, to get away from the place where you had like horrible stuff that happened to you. No wonder she tries to escape. China, 1987.
我要跟你讲多少次你才明白啊？
I have no idea what they said. I could detect this from Japanese, but I have no idea about this one.
对不起，我重做。
Also, yeah, this is like actually year. They have actually years. And from Japanese perspective, we have like this like Showa 62. So Showa 62 is basically 1982. I guess. No, wait. I'm wrong again. No, wait. I'm correct. This is happening simultaneously. Never mind. We just saw 3 years into the future from this guy perspective. I think. Or I'm wrong. I need to rewatch this. Actually, you can tell me in the comments. What did I miss? What did I do wrong? Why I got so fixated about this? It bothers me. When this is happening? I was working in the kitchen getting yelled at. It was business as usual, essentially. It was around this time I heard it from my colleagues. The customers were talking about it too. Japan was doing really well, apparently. Okay. It was all rather abstract, but there seems to be a great economic boom. I heard about people who had been gone there and made enough money in just 1 year to buy a house. Okay, pretty awesome.
要不然
So, the fun thing, I guess like kind of fun fact, I would say. If I'm correct, you can correct me in the comments, but I think that like Chinese and Japanese would not understand each other by talking, but they could communicate with writing, basically. If I remember correctly from what I learned about Japan, I think they have like very similar basically alphabets, right? Because Japanese have like kanji, they have katakana, hiragana, which I can read. I cannot read kanji, sadly, so yeah. But I can read the other two. But kanji is basically from Chinese alphabet, so they could like write to each other and understand each other like letters basically, and maybe not exactly 100%, but they can understand each other in writing, but they cannot communicate by words because it's they have like totally different languages. This is interesting. You can correct me in the comments if you know for sure, but I think I'm correct from what I remember. I whispered. I was quite sure. Yeah, how sincerely I meant that. I didn't really have a goal anyway. The fire in my life had not reignited. So we're going to have like two depressed people meeting in the spite of needing job and money. This is an interesting concept. Just igniting each other's sparks to live again. One to actually like he said, like his fire burned out, so he wants to get to live again, right? And the other one wants to forget about the things that happened in the past. This is actually a cool concept. I wanted to try my hand at university entrance exams again. A year abroad couldn't hurt. If that had been the point where I had failed, I wanted to try again. After all, it hadn't been my fault. Oh, okay. I wasn't happy with the way my life was going. What happened then? You failing entrance exams weren't your fault? What happened then? I wasn't happy with the way my life was going. It wasn't supposed to be like that. Oh. We actually got a call alert for him. I had no escape from it. I went to Japan. Okay. And we just finished the chapter decision, and next time we're going to meet with each other. So, okay. Chapter 2 is going to be the meeting. So, okay, this is it for this episode. It's going to be actually a long episode, it seems. I think like I may do actually long episode for Tiny Tina. Tiny Tina? Christmas Tina. Also, why it's like Christmas Tina? What the Tina means? I thought like Tina is going to be a name, but it's Kanna and he's Jing, I believe. But yeah, anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I think like we're going to do the same, like I said, like with Narcissus, we're going to read each chapter, and each chapter is going to be an episode. Unless it's going to be like 2-hour episode reading, then I will just split this, I guess. usually these short visual novels here on the channel are like 20 minutes episodes, but I think like we may actually do something like that with like full chapters release. I'm not sure yet. Probably I will do this. I will see. Maybe I will record some more and see how it goes. Maybe I'll just upload this and decide later. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you everyone for watching. The premise of this novel seems to be very interesting. And yeah, I'm very curious how this is going to end. I mean, we saw the ending, I guess. But I couldn't figure it out for now if that was her daughter or that was a sister. But they got married, I think. Because... Actually, wait. It's her daughter, because she said, is that cooking? And Jing was working at the restaurant, so he knows how to cook. That makes perfect sense. Okay, so they will marry and have a kid. That's going to be a happy ending. I wonder if I will cry. Probably I will. But I cannot wait to see the journey. To see their journey, because they both had it hard, basically. So we're going to see them supporting each other. And this is going to be awesome. And probably hard as well. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you in the next episode of Christmas Tina. So thanks for watching. Click that like button if you liked the episode. Subscribe for more. Check my Discord, and also you can become members if you would like to support me and see these episodes earlier as well. Thank you everyone for your support, and yeah, see you in the next one. Also, you can watch my other main series on the channel if you haven't watched my channel before. Currently I'm playing Rewrite, White Album 2, and Fata Morgana Requiem. So yeah. Any other like games I finished, I highly recommend Muramasa, Umineko, Little Busters. Amazing stuff. Anyway, yeah, sorry, my blabbering is like too much today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next one. So from PocketWatch, it's me out.